everyone, my name is Chloe and welcome to the Library Love Readathon vlog. So the Readathon started Sunday, I believe, Sunday the 6th. Is today Sunday? No, it is not. It is Tuesday and I am out of my game on vlogging, but I have started reading. So the first thing I read was Things I Should Have Said by Jamie Lynn Spears. And this was for Rainy's prompt of read a biography or a book about someone you like or something like that. And I was Team Britney. I still am Team Britney. I love Britney Spears. I think her family is fascinating. But after reading this, like, we all know Britney's got her issues. Things, I mean, growing up that way has got to be so hard on anybody that, yeah, she's got things going on. And Jamie Lynn, I'm a little older, I think, maybe than she is. I don't know really, but I never really watched her stuff. But anyway, I read her book, and most of the book, I was like, why did this need to be said? Like, because if you don't know, there's a bunch of beef going on between the two sisters, and they're all on social media about it, etc., etc. Jamie Lynn has lived her adult life kind of like in the background, not as much, like with not as much publicity, I don't think. And so I thought maybe she would be a little bit more, I don't know. I just had a different idea of what this book was going to be. And instead, it's kind of like, and the message at the end that I understand is like, she should have stood up for herself throughout life. Like but the message throughout that you're getting is like, here's why everybody was not treating me the way I was supposed to be treated. And like, check your privilege, girl. Check your privilege. And so at a lot of times she came off very bratty. She got pregnant at 16, and her perspective on that I thought was really refreshing and really like nice, because she was saying how her daughter, Maddie is her name, was kind of like a shield that protected her from then like falling under too much of the like teen stuff, because she got pregnant at 16. So before she could go too deep down like a partying rabbit hole, she had a kid to be responsible for. And she said it kind of made her be responsible for herself and her kid and kind of put the limelight aside. And so it was kind of hard for her career, but really good for her life. And like, I hadn't really thought of that as like the baby being protective of her life, because then who knows where she would have gone if she didn't have that kid and was free to like be a kid. And so that I thought was a really interesting perspective. Maddie now is, I don't know how old, but I think a teenager. And at one point she had an accident that was like very, very, very bad. And I thought the emotion, Jamie Lynn reads the book, I read it on audio, and she reads the book, and the emotion behind that, like as a mother, had me in tears. And then like from that point on, I feel like the book was good, except the last couple chapters are a lot about her and Britney. And I'm like, I just think you need to talk to your sister and not publish a book about it. Like, I thought this was going to be a book about her life. And yes, I knew there would be some about Britney, but I just think it's fascinating. Like, regardless of where they are now, Britney Spears was so big that I think it's fascinating to look at like those around her and kind of the periphery and the rings around that, and how that happened, like, and how that impacted everybody. And just, I think that part is really interesting. Like, what is it like living in the shadow of such a big presence, and such a famous young person. And that's kind of what I wanted, is like, and not about the drama between them. And like, I don't know. I think this book does talk a lot about Jamie Lynn's life, but it's also like, I don't know. I feel like I'm not making sense. Like, I wanted to see her life, but I didn't want other people to get thrown under the bus. And I feel like the whole Spears family kind of got thrown under the bus. So, I'm glad she's at a good place now. I don't know. Glad I'm not involved in any of that drama, because I feel like there is no, like, I don't have a side between Jamie Lynn and Britney, but I don't know. So that's that. And then I also am in the middle of The Collective, and you guys, I am like eating this up. This is a book it's a thriller about this mom who, her daughter was killed, and now she wants revenge on the person she thinks killed her daughter. And so she gets involved in like the dark web of all these moms who have lost children, and seek revenge, and it is like crazy. It is so far so good. I'm not even halfway through though, and I'm really enjoying it. I think like I was listening to it last night on audio, and I was having a really hard time like listening to it because I totally like, I don't understand that, but like the grief of losing a child is unlike anything else, and I don't know how I would react, and that pain is very evident. Like I feel like the writer is doing a really good job of like putting you in the story and connecting you to this main character. So far so good. Loving this. Both I have borrowed from the library on audio. So here we go. Hey everyone, it is the next day. We're in the car. We just left Bible study and now we're waiting at Whole Foods for a pickup. So I may have to pause this, but I finished The Collective, and this fits the prompt of Partner in Crime, which is a book with 2 or more people on the cover, I think. And I loved it. I'll probably give it like 4 stars. So like I said, this is about a mom who lost her daughter way too young. And she gets involved in this underground situation where it's a bunch of moms seeking revenge on the people who have taken their kids. So it was like, I don't want to say a whole lot because it was a thriller, but it was really fast paced, really twisty. The end, I would say the last like 2 chapters does go really, really quick. And I read it last night and I had to reread it today because I was like, wait, what just happened? Okay, sorry, our groceries just came, but I really liked it. I thought there could have been a little more like that led us to the twist, but I'm glad there wasn't. Like it made sense. And so I thought it was really good. So then I started, I had to swap out my sunrise or whatever, sun on the cover and the title. And so I started that book, but then I got a notice that my loan on Archer's Voice is about to expire. So I have not started Archer's Voice, but I'm going to stop and do Archer's Voice. So next time I update, I will tell you what I thought of that. Hey everyone, it is the next day, or something. I don't know. This morning I was like, oh, I need to write my Goodreads review. And then I was like, oh, I'm vlogging. I need to vlog. So, we have had sick kiddos the past 2 days. So we are just taking it easy. We're at Whole Foods getting some yogurt because the kind we got was not very good. So picking some, like up our classic, which is here at Whole Foods. So we're getting that. And then we're going to run through a car wash that has like rainbow lights and stuff in it. And it's really cool. So we're going to do that. But I finished Archer's Voice, which fulfills the prompt that like has something to do with language or something. And Archer is a man, he's a recluse. He lives by himself. He's kind of like, the town kind of thinks something is maybe wrong with him. He can't speak because of an accident he was in which both of his mom and dad died. So then our main character, she comes to town trying to like get away from some stuff, and she runs into Archer, and she's like intrigued. And so she goes out and meets him and just kind of like strikes up a friendship with him. She signs because her dad was also hearing impaired. So they form a relationship there, and this book, I could see why it's got like a cult following because it was really good, really emotional. It definitely is focused on the romance. Like it is definitely a romance, which is not my favorite. Like I would have liked to know a little bit more of the woman's backstory and then like had the romance involved. But that's my personal preference. There were quite a few steamy times towards the end though. So like the relationship had been established. Things were really it was justified. That's not the right word. It was not justified. That is a really bad word. It was like emotion. I mean, it was making love, not having like sex, So, that is my thoughts on that. And at the end, I like saw it coming, and I kind of feel like those kind of things, like, I don't know. It was good. Really liked it. And that's that. So now I'm reading Little Black Dress by Susan McBride, and this is new to me, or something new, because I've never tried this author. And it is a women's fiction about a mother and daughter that are kind of estranged, but there's this little black dress that when you put it on, you can kind of see the future. And so the mom wears it, and then she is passed out, doesn't know what happens, sees her daughter and somebody else, somebody else watching over her, or like kind of at her like hospital bedside, and she's like, what? And then her world goes black. So part of it is the daughter's perspective. She's coming back and dealing with this medical issue with her mom. And then the mom's part are all in the past. So interesting. I'm really liking it. And that's that. So I will check in when I finish it. Hey everyone, so it's many days later and I am just leaving an appointment, but I have finished quite a few things since we last spoke, and I just have like I said, I'm really off my vlogging game, and then this weekend we all kind of dropped like flies, getting like a little cold, and so it's just been like a rough weekend. So here it is, it's Monday, we're ready for a new week. Everybody's feeling good. We're ready to go. So I finished Little Black Dress and by Susan McBride, which fits the something new prompt. And I really liked it. I think I gave it like 3.5 stars. Because like I said, so it's this mother and daughter relationship. The mother's perspective is all in the past, and we're learning about her relationship with her sister and lots of family drama there. And then we also get the present day, and the daughter has like a love triangle, and that has been like prophesied from this black dress from like the moment she was born. And so it's really interesting seeing how that plays out. But my favorite part of this book was really the conversation around, if you could see your future, do you want to? You know, because there were some decisions made along the way, or some decisions attempted based on what was seen when they were wearing the black dress. And they weren't all good decisions. So do you want to see your future, and like, will that impact what you do now? I really like thinking about that. So overall, that was a good women's fiction, 3.5 stars. Next, I read Who is Mod Dixon? And this one, I can't remember. I can't remember what prompt that fulfills, but I'll probably wrap up at the end or something. And this one, the first like 3 quarters, I was like, I'm not really liking this. Because so the premise is this woman gets fired from her job because she sleeps with a married man, and la-di-da-di-da-di-da. And so she gets fired from her job, but she gets approached by this author, Mod Dixon, who that is a pen name for a woman named Helen. She is writing, wants to be anonymous, very quiet. Nobody knows who she is. Nobody knows anything. And so it's like, what? Why do you want me to be like your assistant? I don't know, but I'm going to do it. So she goes to be with her and like helps her with responding to all her emails, doing research, etc., etc., etc. And then she wakes up in a hospital bed and with no memories. And Helen, who is the real Mod Dixon, is supposedly dead. So she becomes Mod Dixon. And the whole like ghostwriter situation, I think, was done so much better in Verity. I loved that book, and so like anything else kind of just pales in comparison. And like I said, the first 3 quarters was just kind of slow, but then the last quarter was like boom, 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 so fast, so twisty, so like in the first 3 quarters, I don't know that I would call this a thriller, even though that's like what it's categorized as. But the last quarter, definitely, it left like a good taste in my mouth. I really liked that last quarter and wish it would have had a little more of that action-packed like tone throughout. But overall, so like I said, the first 3 quarters, I probably would have done like a 3. The last quarter, probably like a 4, 4.5. So I settled on a 3.5 for that. Then I read number 3 in I cannot figure out how to get this sun. The sun just like crested a building, and so I'm a mess. But I read number 3 in the From Manhattan with Love series, I think, by Sarah Morgan, which is Miracle on 5th Avenue. And this is Eva's story. So Eva is like the hopeless romantic, and yet she's the only single one left in the trio. So she gets hired she's got this old lady friend, and she gets hired by her to go to her grandson's apartment and like decorate it for Christmas and fill his fridge with food and stuff. He is a thriller or a horror author, and he's supposedly off somewhere else. And so she gets hired to like do it while he's away, but he's actually there and just like hiding from his family. And so He's very grumpy. He's a widower, so he's got a hard past. He's just very grumpy. She is very sunshine, and they spend a lot of time together. She won't leave because she's like, you're not my client. I'm staying here because my client wants me here. And they form a friendship, which of course turns into more. And I think these are just really cute rom-com books. So 4 stars on that. Now I'm reading Will Smith's biography. It's Will by Will Smith, and I'm listening to it on audio, which is his voice. This is not really for the readathon. I mean, I guess it could be another for Rainey's prompt of a memoir or whatever. By the way, Miracle on Fifth Avenue is read a book and the next book in a series or something like that. So Will Smith doesn't count for anything, but I'm loving it. So I may check in when I finish it or just when I start the next thing for the actual readathon. So here we are, Monday. We got this. We'll see you in the next clip. Hey everyone, so it is Saturday, February 19th, and this is the end of the readathon. And you haven't seen me or heard from me in almost a week because we got COVID. So it has been a week. It has been a week of being at home, doing nothing, just trying to recover and figure out how to do the COVID life. So we're thankfully all doing really well now. Everybody is healed, good. We've done our 5 days. We're all fever-free, symptom-free, all that kind of stuff. So back to life. But I didn't do a lot of updating because I just didn't do a lot of anything. So I am going to let you know that I finished Sunrise Point by Robin Carr. And this is number 17 in the Virgin River series. And I've never read a Virgin River book because I've been very, very hesitant, I guess. And because I've heard mixed things and I've heard they're kind of cheesy. This is definitely a contemporary romance series. And I honestly think I'm going to unhaul all the books that I have from this series because I hated this book. I gave it maybe 2.5 stars. So this book is about a girl who has 2 little girls. She, her baby daddy, I guess, was some sort of drug dealer or something. I don't know. So he's not in the picture. She's got these 2 little girls and she wants to get a job at this apple orchard. And so she goes and applies, and he's like, no, we don't normally hire girls like you. We need strong people, blah, 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 blah. But the grandma really likes her. And so they hire her because it's a grandson and his grandma running the orchard. It's like a family orchard. And so she starts working there, and it's her her romance with the guy, but he is trying to date this girl who literally has nothing in common with him. They have nothing. He likes nothing about her except for the way she looks. Nothing. And she is the ex-wife of his best friend who died at war. And And so he's trying to start this relationship with her despite the fact that he, I guess, has feelings for this girl. And it's just gross. It's just gross. And the grandma's the only thing I liked about this book. And I've heard that she appears in other books, but I hated this. I thought the relationships were terrible. It has the epilogue ending that I loathe. Why does everybody have to have babies to be happy? Don't know. Yuck. And there's a random, every couple chapters, there's a chapter from 2 people that we don't know at all. There's no context to their story in this story. And I thought, well, okay, it's book 17. Maybe it's because I need to know. Well, then I read reviews and everybody's who the heck are these people? So I don't know if I would have gotten it if I would have read others, but their story had no relevance to anything. And I hated this book. So it has sun in the title. That's why I read it. I kind of hate it and kind of am going to unhaul it. So there's that. Then I just finished Bookends by Jane Green. And this one, if you haven't read Jane Green before, she is I would say British women's fiction author. Somewhat similar to Sophie Kinsella, Marian Keyes, that kind of stuff. But she's women's fiction. I would say more Marian Keyes. I don't know. She's chick lit women's fiction kind of. So this is a book about a group of friends. They were all friends in college, and then there's one of them who is like this super beautiful gal, and she did something that then the rest of them, the other three, kind of were like, I don't want any part of that, and so they like lost ties. The other three have stayed really close. So there's Josh, who's now married to Lucy. Kath is our main character, and then Simon or Cy is a gay man that is just like loving life. And the three of them are still really close. In fact, Kath and Lucy start a coffee shop bookstore together, and Lucy is like a baker, and so it's just so, I loved that. It was so charming. And I wish there would have been a little more, because Kath just like, Lucy brings her the idea, and like the next day Kath quits her job and they go for it. So like, I don't know, that was a little whatever. But this book has a lot, and Portia, the beautiful friend, she does come back into the picture, and this book has some depth for sure. Like, there's something in the last maybe quarter of the book that comes up, maybe third, and I was like, whoa, did not see that coming. Definitely added a little bit of depth to this book that wasn't otherwise there. But this book, I really liked it. I'm going to probably give it like 4 stars, which is about what I give all Jane Greens. If you like these women fiction books that are like, really, there's not a whole lot of plot that's going on. It's really like a character study of these 4 people. So the plot is pretty slow, I guess. I mean, there's not a ton that happens. It's just kind of a slice of life story. So I really like this book and would highly recommend. So that means I still have 2 books left, and today is the last day. So we have Friends Like Us by Sarah Mackenzie and The Fire Between High and Low by Brittany C. Cherry. And I fully anticipated to get all of these done, but between COVID and all that kind of stuff, I didn't get it done. So I think I'm going to end the vlog here, because I am going to read these 2. But another thing I think I kind of did wrong in this readathon is I picked too many books that are too similar. So a lot of like kind of chick litty books, and I'm feeling like I need, like I am reading Friends Like Us right now. I'm maybe a quarter of the way through it. And I am feeling like after that, I need to stop and read a thriller. So I'm not going to read the Brittany C. Cherry right away. I just need something to break it up, even though I would not call Brittany Cherry chick lit by any means. She's like hard-hitting contemporary romance. But I just need something different. I need to like switch it up. So we also got 9 inches of snow yesterday or 2 days ago or something. And so you would think I've been having like a ton of cozy reading time, but like the snow, then my kids are always going to be out in it. It makes everything take longer, and you know, so I don't know when I'm going to finish these books. So I'm going to go ahead and just finish it here, finish the vlog here. Rainy, all of you guys, thank you for hosting this. Thank you for letting me know about it. And I hope you guys had a wonderful Valentine's Day. We were sick and didn't do anything. So I don't know. I actually went really hard, and on Super Bowl Sunday, I decorated our whole house for Super Bowl Sunday, and then on Monday was Valentine's Day, so I decorated our whole house and like tried to make it fun since we weren't going anywhere or anything. But yeah, that is everything. So let me know if you've read any of these books, or if you participated in this readathon, and we'll talk to you in the next one.